Basically what I'm saying is give yourself a fair shot. If you're not giving yourself a fair shot, then the cards are already stacked against you. All right, what's up guys? Welcome back to another kind of rant video. Usually I do these pre-workout, but today it's gonna be post-workout. I hit an awesome chest and tries day, got a good post-workout meal, and now I'm ready to rant on a subject that I've been thinking about a lot. I'm hoping this doesn't come off as an angry rant. It's just kind of things that I've been wrestling with that maybe some of you have been wrestling with. But before we get into that, I have one thing that I'm going to ask you guys to do. My goal is that by the end of the summer, I'm going to set a date of August 31st. I'm hoping to be at 100 subscribers. If we can get there, that'd be awesome. And you guys can help me out by just going down, hitting the subscribe button, watching some of my other videos, getting it in the algorithm. I feel as though I have some good information to offer, and if you get any help from any of these videos, it would really mean a lot. So with that kind of self-advertising out of the way, let's get into the topic that I want to talk about today. There's a big theme within the fitness community, and that is setting goals and chasing after your goals. And I think something that people confuse a lot is goals versus dreams. And I think that if we can shift our mindset on how we're going to get to them, we're going to have a lot more success in life. So I hope that this information will change your mindset and maybe help you to achieve that next big thing. A goal versus a dream. In my mind, a dream is something that is so lofty that it might not ever happen. No matter how hard you work, no matter how good of decisions you make, how good of control you have over your life, a dream might not happen. For example, people might dream of being Jeff Bezos, but that doesn't mean that they're going to be able to start Amazon no matter how hard they work. But if you have a goal, which in my mind, a goal is something that has a very specific timeline that you're going to follow. It's achievable from the get-go, and you can work hard enough to achieve a goal. I don't know if that's how a lot of other people use the delineation between goals and dreams, but in my mind, I have found that separating them like that actually leads to a lot more success. Let me explain this a little bit further. A lot of times people will set a goal, which in my opinion is really more of a dream. Let's keep it in the fitness sphere. So let's say their dream is to squat 500 pounds. It's a dream of mine to squat 500 pounds personally. So that's what we're going to use. I can't say one day I will squat 500 pounds, and that is what I'm chasing after with everything. Everything I put effort into is after squatting 500 pounds. That is a fantastic thing to want to achieve, but it might not be possible. I might not have the genetics. I might not have the time to train with things that are coming up in my life. I might not get 500 pounds. My current squat is 440. That's my best all-time PR. So instead of setting my goal for 500 pounds, I'm going to let 500 pounds be my dream. I'm going to dream about squatting 500 pounds one day. But I'm going to set my goal at squatting 10 pounds more than that. I'm going to set my goal of squatting 450. And I'm going to set that goal to be within the next 3 months. I'm going to squat twice a week. I'm going to work in specific strength-centered squat variations. I'm going to do this much volume every week. At the end of this 3-month period, I will be able to squat 450. I'm not going to be able to squat 500 pounds within 3 months. I might not even be able to squat 500 pounds within a year or 2 years, but I know I can get to 450 eventually. If I do the right goals, I work hard enough, because I've already done 440 and I was smaller than I am now. And so that 10-pound goal at the end of this 3-month period, I know I can reach that 10-pound goal. And so let's say I train hard, I'm eating right, and I get it at the end of this 3-month period. I'm going to be ecstatic. I got my goal, and now I have all of this momentum built up. I've been training right for 3 months. I've been eating right for 3 months, and I can set in 3 more months, I'm going to squat 10 more pounds. All of a sudden, after 6 months, I've added 20 pounds onto my squat, and so I'm already almost halfway to my dream of squatting 500 pounds. Now, that doesn't mean that I will for sure in 6 months be able to squat 20 pounds more than I do now. Maybe I do all that training and I realize I might only be able to add 5 pounds in that second 3-month block. So I need to look at myself, look at the things I've been doing, what is actually achievable in that 3-month training block, and set a realistic, achievable goal. And I'll get there, and I'll keep the momentum going. Okay, I'm happy with where I'm at for a 470 squat right now, so I'm going to let my squat take sort of a back seat. I'm going to maintain, I'm going to keep squatting, but my goal in this third block isn't necessarily going to be to continue to train squats. I want to focus on my bench press because it's kind of fallen a little bit behind. I can bench 315 right now. Maybe I want to bench 325 in the next 3-month block. And then your goals don't have to be 3 months exactly. Whatever time period you think it's going to be to achieve that smaller goal that's going to push you on your way to achieving the next goal and the next goal and eventually maybe someday your dream, that's how we have to look at it. Let's take it into away from a lifting context. Some of you out there might not be doing enough cardio like me. I don't do enough cardio, but maybe I have a dream someday of being able to run a 5K in a respectable time. I can't say that my goal for running, let's say a 21 minute 5K. That's not fast for a lot of people, but for me, that'd be pretty fast. I can't say I want to run a 21 minute 5K having never run a 5K before. I'm going to say it'd be a dream to run a 21 minute 5K, but my goal is to run a 5K in a race. Maybe I don't even want to set a time period because I've never run a 5K before. I want to run a 5K in a race and I don't want to be embarrassed by my time. So I'm going to start out running. Maybe I start running 5 miles a week, 1 mile a day with 2 rest days. I'm going to get to the point where I can run a whole 5K without stopping and without being miserable the whole time because I've built up this experience in running. And I've started running more consistently. I've started eating better. I've started drinking more water. Okay. And let's say race day comes and I run a 27-minute 5K. That's not a good time for a lot of people. But to me, having never run a 5K before and I had this goal of running a 5K in a race, no matter what time I get, I'm going to be happy with it because this is my first ever 5K. And I achieved my goal of running a 5K in a race. And I'm not embarrassed by the time because I know I put in the hard work that it took to be able to even finish the race. Okay, so now I'm going to set my goal up again, and I'm going to say, well, I ran 27 minutes for this 5K. In 2 months, I want to be able to run 25:30. That's a minute and a half faster. I don't have a whole lot of experience with running, so maybe at that time I would tell myself, okay, I can't get 25:30. Basically, what I'm saying here is you need to look at yourself realistically. I don't know how else to put this, but make your goals achievable to the point where you can't blame anybody else but yourself. I will know that even if I don't squat 500 pounds one day, it's not because I didn't work hard. I'll know I have worked hard because I achieved that next goal every single time. I achieved that small goal and that small goal and that small goal, and I know I did everything to achieve every goal that I had. I didn't ever get to 500 pounds, but I'm not upset because I know that I worked hard every day to achieve the next goal. And I achieved plenty of goals throughout my life, and even though I didn't reach my dream, I'm happy with my performance. Basically what I'm saying is give yourself a fair shot. If you're not giving yourself a fair shot, then the cards are already stacked against you. I don't really have anything else to say. I hope you guys can start looking at yourselves more positively and knowing I'm capable of achieving big things. I just need to take smaller steps to achieve the next goal. And every time you achieve the next goal, you're going to be even more proud of yourself because you worked even harder to achieve that goal than you did your last one. If you got anything out of this rant, let me know. I hope you guys can change your mindsets a little bit and give yourself more grace, but also give yourself more challenges, more small challenges on the way to achieving your dreams one day. And if you don't achieve your dreams, you'll be able to look back and know, I tried my butt off and I worked hard. And even though I didn't get to that lofty dream that I have for myself, I'm happy with where I'm at because I know I did everything that I could. Thanks for watching, guys. Check out some of my other videos. I hope that you're seeing some sort of benefit, and if you're not, let me know what other kinds of things I can talk about and I will address them in the future.